I want to talk about Amphastar, which is also a generic company. Um, they reported numbers and they missed. And they also sell a couple branded products. They missed. But what was more concerning is kind of how they missed and what they're guiding to. They're now going to do proprietary products, a little bit more of them, early stage development stage products. So here's a company that used to do hard to do generics, and now they're doing this, and they may be successful at it. A couple of generic companies have been successful in doing that. But what they need to really convince investors of, and I think it's going to be a little while for this stock to come back, they need to convince investors that we can do this, that they have the staff to develop this. I don't know if they have any MDs on their staff or anyone involved in those medical areas. The two founders are brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant, but they're scientists. It doesn't necessarily mean everything you do is great. So I'm cautious there. I'm going to be meeting with them next week to get a better sense of, do they have the capabilities to do this, or is this a wrong turn? So again, also missing numbers wasn't great for them. And then lastly, on EBS, symbol EBS, I blew out of it. And I had said on the show the other day that, they're reporting numbers and I can't, if they blow, this is a company that promised, that said, hey, listen, we're going to do okay. Look at our last quarter. Our last quarter is indicative of what we're going to do in the future. And I met with them. And when I say they promised, they never said 2026. They just said, look, I'll just tell you, our last quarter is really indicative of what we can do. Well, I guess you can do it because you did it, but that doesn't, now I didn't own so much that
doesn't guarantee you're going to do it again.
I didn't own so much that I'm going to go find the management team again, but I will say that sometimes you know something so well that you go, okay, it's a miss. I'm going to stick around. This is great. This is a management team that's disappointed before, disappointed when they ran Valiant as a turnaround, and it never turned around. And they had a couple stumbles here already. So you can say, yeah, it's cheap. So then yesterday, after I blew out of it, it's down 10, it's up 10% on a rebound. So as an investor, do you sit there and go, oh, you know what? Maybe I should just jump back in because this was just temporary. Everyone is different.
No.
I view it as, you've disappointed me. You disappointed me on fundamentals. You told me one thing, did something different. I say told me, you told the street one thing. And your business is clearly much more volatile than you know it to be and I know it to be. So we clearly didn't know what we were talking about when I invested in it, didn't know what you were talking about. So I'm out. I might never mention it again. It's such an attractive, cool little company that I'm attracted to it because they sell defense things. They sell anthrax vaccine. So they're the only maker of it. So they have a built-in business. But if you go from a bit to a loss going forward, like last year was profitable, this year not, I don't know. A lot of things can go wrong when you're losing money. So when you're losing money, you don't have me. Yep. So every investor is different. I like profitable businesses.
Yep, put that
so
one
that's
in
it
your
for me in
healthcare
healthcare now.
Or actually, just cover your rear view mirror. Yeah.
Yeah. And by the way, a friend of mine who knows the management team was like,
Maris, a lot of people who watch this on a day-to-day basis love to get your update on HIMS.
You guys are breaking up, so I don't know if it's me. I have a clear signal, clear as day. So.
Yep, me too. So keep going. Oh, there he goes.
What are we talking about?
I think we're going to talk about HIMS. Can you pull that chart?
Okay.
I'd like to get Maris's update on. It looks like it's finding a base here. If you zoom out, maybe not so much.
Yeah, I mean, this is a logical place to stop for now. You know, that's a poorly drawn line, but you know, you get the idea. I mean, it's multi-year support, but you know, tell me what's going to turn around. You know, I mean, I understand how they're broadening the business, but if the ED business is tough and getting tougher, you know,
Yep. And pricing
I mean,
and everything else is, yep.
Maris has forgotten more about this than I know, but I mean, you know, I go. There's so much to do. Why stop on charts like this? Why?
Yeah. And I think
What-
Maris has been avoiding it. David was about to give us his thoughts after Kevin Baker told us there are plenty of other things you could do in the stock market than fuck around with this stock here technically right now. So
I didn't use the
David,
expletive.
what would you say to that?
My mom watched the show. I didn't say that.
My
All
apologies.
right. Well, so HIMS and hers. HIMS House actually just came out with an update today. They track the credit card data, web search, all the rest. Row is still beating HIMS and hers for downloads on the iTunes store or something like that. They check a lot of different data points. They said, though, this was the first month where things look a little bit better than they were before. And it's tracking their current revenue for the first quarter is tracking just a few $1 million above Wall Street, and which is a few $1 million above the company's guidance. Would that get me too excited? No, beating by just a little bit isn't what gets me excited. So I'd like to see kind of something more substantial.